Nah, I'm taking video. We are moving. There's a yard up here, staging yard with freight cars in it, box cars and whatnot.
Welcome to one of the most historic communities in the United States. Today's trip will take you from downtown Gettysburg
Bringing past these freight cars.
We will travel through open farm pastures and dense woodlots, across ancient creeks and streams, eventually reaching the bountiful apple orchards at the foot of the South Mountain.
Graffiti freight cars.
While this town is best known for the Civil War battle that took place here in 1863 and Abraham Lincoln's famous Gettysburg Address, there is a deeper history to this land.
Yeah, it's getting a lot more
A story that goes beyond the
This
battle.
is, I hated to bring it, but I couldn't give it to you.
Yeah, no, we got lucky there was a part.
The two locomotives used are the 1863 freight locomotive and the 1786 former Amtrak locomotive. This unit
Former
is named
Amtrak
in
locomotive.
1786, a number of special significance, as it is the year Gettysburg was founded.
I think she was, Grandma was trying to make the taste good.
And garbage trucks really wasn't what I wanted for scenery.
Well, you learned to pictures that.
Already got it. Doing video, so it gets everything. Got to get us moving. I got to shadow the train out
In the
here
decades
too.
between the Revolution and the American Civil War, Adams County established itself as a center for commerce, culture, and political activity. Agriculture and carriage making dominated its economy, while new
Gettysburg College
educational
athletic
institutions
field.
broadened the county's cultural horizons. Gettysburg College, then called Pennsylvania College, was founded in 1832. In the area we're now riding through, it is still a renowned institution that is intertwined with the history of Gettysburg.
That third, well then she took it to the office manager, well then the guy found out that the owner, when she was coming back, was going to sit down and have a talk with her. And all of a sudden now he's changed. He's
Okay, good. Well, good for her for speaking up.
Yeah.
How many Santas do you have? That's fun. Did you sell any birdhouses?
Maybe about a dozen.
Okay, well, well, how many did you have?
Maybe like 3 or 4 dozen.
Okay. You say a dozen, that's a lot. And then probably in the spring. Yeah. That is good. Dad loves birdhouses.
Track's
How much
curving,
money do you want in there?
curving out that way.
Yeah, I'll have some
I
water.
think she has money.
Okay, what's Danny's money?
Huh?
A water, please. Thank you.
Yeah, I could just barely get the locomotive, but it's curving so I can get it. That's awesome.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Great.
cool. That's more for kids, little kids.
Well, this rail fan's dream has been fulfilled. Yep. That's a great idea. Yeah. I didn't have it, my mom did. She heard about it first on 27 News.
Yeah, I saw that advertisement too on there.
Well, she's the one that made it happen.
I appreciate it very much.
Tom, you can go look.
They must be running a little bit behind.
That's
In
me
the area of
too.
our current location, you will find the railroad cut. In July 1863, the Western Maryland Railroad connected Gettysburg to the east, and an unfinished extension paralleled Chambersburg Pike, now US 30, on the west side of town.
Oh, okay.
Although rails have not yet been laid, The roadbed was finished, including a series of 3 cuts through the north-south ridges. On the afternoon of July 1st, these served as protection to Confederate units advancing on the field, but became a fatal trap which hindered mobility and the ability to return fire when Union troops attacked the camp. The railroad was completed after the war and is still in daily use today. The remains of a Union soldier were discovered in 1997. We know that this unknown soldier was killed up at the top of this ridge on July 1st, 1863, but his remains were not discovered for 130 years. In 1997, he was disinterred and reburied at the Soldiers' National Cemetery in Gettysburg, with full military honors including the traditional 21-gun salute. By the summer of 1863, the Civil War had been raging for over 2 years. Following a series of decisive victories in Virginia, General Robert E. Lee and his Confederate army marched north through the Shenandoah Valley into Maryland and Pennsylvania. The primary goal of the invasion was to bring the war into Northern territory. If Lee could win a major battle in Pennsylvania, he could threaten the U.S. Capitol in Washington and possibly force a negotiated surrender with Lincoln.
Over that way, perhaps, yeah.
By June of 1863, Lee's army had spread out across south-central Pennsylvania, gathering much-needed supplies and provisions. General George Meade, the new commander of the Union Army, followed Lee into Pennsylvania and positioned his army in defense of Washington.
There's a horn.
By late June, the two generals were drawn toward each other by a series of roads, all of which converged at the town of Gettysburg. Decades later, the monuments you see today were constructed to honor the Union regiments that fought to defend this ground. Eventually, the land was protected by the federal government and became known as Gettysburg National Military Park. We're now entering the area of the Eternal Peace Light Memorial. Dedicated in 1938 on the 75th anniversary of the battle, President Franklin D. Roosevelt spoke to a massive crowd, including many aging Civil War veterans. Atop the monument, a flame burns 24 hours every day in honor of the lasting peace between North and South. We're now riding by the Confederate cannons of Lieutenant Colonel Thomas Henry Carter's battery. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine the deafening sounds of artillery fire, heard by Gettysburg civilians as they sheltered in their homes awaiting the end of the battle. There were more than 600 cannons in use during the Battle of Gettysburg. And during the bombardment before Pickett's charge on July 3rd, 200 cannons were firing at the same time.
Now those cannons he's talking about, when they're firing on this third day, they can hear those cannons all the way in Philadelphia, 130 miles away. It sounded like distant thunder, but they can hear them in Gettysburg. I'm sorry, in Philadelphia.
River named Elmira Inn. Converted in 1963 as a 72-seat coach for World's Fair Service, it later went to the Penn Central and then New Jersey Transit. The car was retired in 1989 and sold to the United Railroad Historical Society. Raymond purchased it for use on the Blue Train in 1991. The car was used exclusively by the Torres family globe of steel riders, as these performers rode 8 motorcycles in a steel sphere for ring length. Purchased by Pax Rail in 2017, the car was renamed the Elmira Inn. The GETR 1863, formerly the Coatesville Inn, a 1949 Bud-built railroad passenger car. Built in 1949 by the Bud Company for the Pennsylvania Railroad as the Coatesville Inn. The car was acquired in 1992 by Ringling for the Blue Unit, acquired in 2017 by Pax Rail.
That's because you can make it real short.
The GETR 1864, formerly the Cedartown, a 1955 Bud-built railroad passenger car. This was originally Seaboard Airline 55 Cedartown. Bud-built in 1955, it eventually found its way to AutoTrain before arriving on RBBB's roster in 1982. Pax Rail purchased the car in 2017, renamed it Cedartown. The GETR 1865, formerly the Duke University, a 1950 Bud-built railroad passenger car. Much like the two former in-series ex-Pennsylvania Railroad Bud-built passenger cars in our fleet, the former Duke University was built as a 10-roomette, 6 double-bedroom sleeper for the Norfolk and Western Railway. Run in a series that were all named for online schools, such as Virginia Military Institute, Roanoke College, University of Cincinnati, and Ohio State University. After the market for overnight sleeper rail shrank in the 1950s, the N&W sold that car and others to the PRR. PRR owned a controlling interest in N&W at the time, for conversion to coaches for the 1964-1965 New York World's Fair traffic, just like our other two former N-Series cars.
Danny, I'm excited for Florida. You said SeaWorld?
It's on the blue train. If you remember during the circus, rolled up during the circuses, that is, used to have this steel globe with the motorcycle and run. This was their car. This is where they live. This car right here. 49. 49.
We used to go to the circus every year. So they wouldn't put different motorcycles in here? Did they put the motorcycles in here?
No, I don't believe so. This was a sleeper car at the time.
Okay.
This was a sleeper car.
Nice. This is beautiful.
Yeah.
Over time, the people of Gettysburg worked to establish a better transportation network. Public funds were used to build roads, and private companies created
Are
turnpikes.
you going to have...
And like many other areas of the country,
you
there
gonna
were
have
even
Santa?
attempts to construct a
On the
canal.
way back, there's not as much narration of the whole presentation.
To the south, the
Okay.
Baltimore and Ohio Railroad was
Just
chartered
wait
in
till the way back. There's not as much
1827,
narration.
with
Right.
tracks laid the following year. By 1831, plans were developed to run a railroad through this area, linking the industrial centers along the Susquehanna River with Gettysburg, and extending the line southwest into Maryland to connect with the Chesapeake and Ohio Canal and the B&O Railroad. However, attempts to build this new Pennsylvania Railroad were abandoned, leaving an unfinished railroad bed and deep cuts in the landscape west of Gettysburg. After many challenges, a railroad from the east finally arrived in Gettysburg in 1858, just 5 years before the battle. However, the unfinished railroad cut west of town remained for many years and became a notable feature associated with the Battle of Gettysburg. In the 1880s, the Western Maryland Railroad was extended south into Maryland. At the same time, a new line was built from Mount Holly Springs south to Gettysburg. On March 4, 1884, the 18-mile Gettysburg and Harrisburg Railroad that you are now riding on was completed, marked by the driving of 2 golden spikes into the tracks at Oak Ridge, very close to where we are now traveling. One spike was inscribed with 1863 and the other with 1883. The year standardized time was established in the United States and Canada.
Atlantis? Like
The first passenger train on this track ran on April 21st, 1884, pulled by a steam locomotive called South Mountain.
And there are sharks that are around. It's cool. Right here. Okay.
What? Yeah, or down.
You probably saw it. Eric probably just said no. You can't.
Straight down in there. You go there.
Is it a line? I can hear him, can you? Yay! Where? Get a water.
Enjoying that ride.
No.
Can you feel
Let's
that?
get it. No, but
I love it.
Danny, I like paying for things because you pay for things. Well, sure.
Somebody posted on their thing there, got destroyed in mine got destroyed here 2 years ago. But
Usually work on Sunday, or is it just depends?
Ah, cul-de-sac.
Halfway between Biglerville and Gettysburg.
I thought about taking them out and setting up in one of those situations.
Okay.
Well, mine was in the backyard, not even 20 feet off the house. In the side yard there, right, as you walk in the garage, it was right there. The light goes to go down to the mailbox.
I remember as a kid being squinty all the time.
Came back, my head was locked off completely.
Somebody was giving out Cracker Jacks. Wait, was that a set?
Not yet.
I was scared, so I just kept breaking
Look,
off.
listen, and live.
Popcorn.
South Mountain is the northern extension of the famous Blue Ridge Mountain Range in Tennessee, Virginia, and Maryland. The range extends about 70 miles from the Potomac River to Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. During the French and Indian War, the mountain provided protection for area settlers against enemy raids and incursions from the west. And during the Civil War, it served a critical role in disguising the movements of the invading Confederate forces.
Eric looked at me and I went, remember I used to do that and embarrass them?
One way to
So is your bottle empty? Do you want to get rid of it?
Uh,
Right here?
no, I'm holding on to it for now.
I would be put out of my memory.
Trying to make this video. Pretty slow. It's definitely not doing track speed.
Who was it?
Yeah. Nothing in there to bring that.